Really? Hello, Guardians. Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here, and Xur has arrived on Titan. He actually matches the flashpoint for a change, but let's check out his inventory. He's got at least one thing I can tell you should definitely own. But first, the Faded Engram, of course. Keep that one in mind if you guys are working on anything from lists that you don't have, if you still don't have the Borealis. If you're missing any exotics from year one, this is your option, and then also Borealis because it was year one as well, but just a PlayStation exclusive. For his wares, first we've got the Tractor Cannon. Now, if you don't have this gun, just straight up buy it. It has too many uses, too many pairings with supers and damage and things like that, that it is actually a really fun gun to use as well. Just because it's a shotgun and you blast a Crucible enemy completely off the map, there's just a lot of fun to the gun. But its damage buff is also really, really powerful. This weapon emits a powerful impulse that pushes enemies away, hence the push on Crucible, fun. Suppresses their abilities, so you can't actually use a super, and makes them more vulnerable to all incoming damage, especially Void. So if you do this, and then you have a couple of teammates that do 2 Void Bombs on a boss, that's a ton of damage. So anything like that is really, really cool. But the fact that this will actually, for one, kill people in Crucible, and 2, suppress them. If somebody's running at you with a super and you have this in your heavy slot, you can straight up shut them down. So while this is one of those that could have been very annoying if you were facing it, it's a whole lot of fun to use if you're owning it, so definitely pick this one up. Extended Barrel, Particle, Repeater, and then the Scientific Method. Damaging an opponent temporarily increases speed and handling. So, overall, a really cool gun. Definitely pick this one up. For our good old Titan buddies here, the Synthoceps. Now, these are something I would actually use on my Whisper of the Worm runs, and while they're not overly amazing, they have some specific uses that I've actually found useful, and now you get some rolls on them as well. So you've got Biotic Enhancements. Increases melee lunge range, so your actual melee distance is longer, if that's something you're working on in Crucible, or just see yourself doing that a lot, not a bad thing. Improved melee and super damage when you are surrounded. Now, normally being surrounded melee in Crucible is going to be a way you're probably going to die, but if you're surrounded in PvE, this actually can be really helpful, and also your super damage is increased on top of that. So if you have a lot of enemies around you, your super is going to do more, say Titan Slam, Fist of Havoc, things like that. This actually can be pretty good for, as I said, Whisper of the Worm, the last room, pretty much even any of the rooms with enemies. As soon as I got done with the jumping puzzle, I would switch over to these and be able to use it to be able to do more damage, single shot a lot of enemies with my super. So if you're running around with hammers or Fist of Havoc, anything like that, you can do much more damage. And especially when it comes to bosses, if you're there surrounded by a few enemies, go run in there, slam, you're going to get that extra bonus damage. Things like Blind Well, this could be really, really huge if you're working on groups of enemies, if you're working on any of the Plagues of the Well. Any of that type of stuff where there's groups of enemies, some are close to the bosses, this can actually serve you some pretty good benefits. We've got Fusion Rifle Loader, Hand Cannon Loader, it's always a good one, and Impact Induction. Also Shotgun, Scavenger, and Heavy Ammo Finder. Heavy Ammo Finder, nothing wrong with that ever. An extra shotgun shots to go with your Icolo shotgun. Pretty good roll on this one. Then we're going to have the Gemini Jester. This is for your hunters. Misdirection. Dodging disorients nearby enemies and temporarily removes their radar. Now this is one that I think some people would really mess with others in PvP for a hunter. So dodging disorients nearby enemies. If you're near somebody and you dodge and you take their radar away, if you like dodge behind them to the side, they don't know where to turn and look. Now, while that's not like a game changer if you don't go invisible or anything, but depending on your subclass and with these, the dodge, it could be kind of interesting. Now, for me personally, I haven't played my hunter in PvP that much, but I know hunters are everywhere in PvP. So if you guys are hunters, use these things, have some good tips about them, please leave those in the comments below. And if I could talk, that would be good. Words are hard. But if you guys have any tips, have some good experiences with these, let them know in the comments and share the love on that one. Fusion Rifle Dexterity, Hand Cannon Dexterity, and Bomber reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. Always kind of good. And then, of course, Scout Rifle Scavenger and Special Ammo Finder for this one. Finally, the Sanguanine Alchemy, basically look through walls. Standing in a rift grants you and your allies heightened senses, allowing you to retain your radar while aiming down sights. So if you're in a rift and you're looking down your radar, you can see. Additionally, nearby powerful enemies, which by the way, all Guardians in Crucible are considered powerful enemies, so remember that, are visually marked and can be tracked without line of sight. Now, certain situations this could be beneficial, some not, but say you're a Warlock sitting on a, B point and you're kind of tucked around a wall. If you have this on and you plop down a rift, within about 30 meters, it's not completely cross-map, but if anybody's coming up close to you, especially getting ready for a shotgun, you'll know they're coming. You're going to see them like in a little 4 crosshair target that they kind of mark people with, and you're going to know somebody's coming to you to back off a little bit, give a little space, and be ready for them. So in certain situations, this can be very powerful. I don't think it's got quite the love that it probably maybe could, but again, it's also, I think there's some others that are also very, very powerful. But looking through walls, if you're in a tight quarters map, again, some maps are more shotgun based. Some are going to be more long range and sniper based. This isn't going to do much on a long range map, but if it's tight quarters, lots of shotguns, things like that. The new one I think I played that's on, feels like it's on the Dreaming City, has a lot of rooms and things. So there's a lot of places where this can be beneficial, especially if you're holding down points. If you're just running around, it's kind of hard to stand in a rift. But if you're in a rift holding down a point, again, you'll have a little bit more idea what is coming your way. So it is a pretty cool exotic, definitely to have some fun with. Got unflinching bow aim, unflinching fusion rifle aim, and sniper rifle aim. Then we've got scout rifle reserves and special ammo finder. That's just a quick rundown of Xur's inventory. If you guys have any other stories, any recommendations, leave those in the comments below. If you guys didn't catch Flashpoint this morning, it's my podcast with Lord Cognito of the Iron Lords podcast. Check it out. I'll get it uploaded and probably scheduled over the weekend. I've got family in town, so I'll probably be playing a little bit less, but I might try and get another video up today. But I wanted to see if you guys would actually send the Iron Lords podcast some love. They have a YouTube channel. It's literally Iron Lords Podcast. Send them some love and actually go subscribe to their channel. They just broke 500, but YouTube needs double that for them to monetize their channel. They do some awesome content, some great interviews. They're just a bunch of guys that have fun. It's a long form podcast, so they're going to get deep dives into things. It's really cool. Check them out. Have a good time in there. Other than that, you guys can follow me on Twitch and Twitter. It's Ebontis on both of those. And then right here on YouTube, if you have not subscribed, please do so. Drop a like if you enjoy the video. Leave a comment if you want to say anything. I do tend to try and read them all. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys continue the grind. Shattered Throne, Iron Banner, Festival of Lost is all coming next week, which is insane. So trying to balance your time may be a bit of a struggle, but it's a good problem to have. So enjoy the grind, enjoy your weekend and your upcoming week. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. And yeah, just have some fun, play some Crucible, blow some heads off some enemies, and enjoy it. See ya.